Well, hello and shalom, shalom. I was gonna say that I really don't have a lot to talk about. Continuing in this audio that we're reviewing, this is gonna be the third video, and I rebel against this satanic beast system, which was recorded on 5/22 this year. Um, I really want to keep things positive. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of like war within myself on what I should go ahead and allow to go ahead and talk about, because I flow by way of the spirit, bruh. And a lot of times the spirit will be prompting me to talk about things that I don't want to talk about. Because all my life I've been called and considered a complainer. Because I talk about the problems, okay? Like, I'm not the type of person that can just ignore problems and be complacent with it and just content and, ignore it, bury it, act like everything is happy go lucky. I'm the complete opposite of that. At the same time, you know, I be trying to keep it positive on the channel, and I have been very real, but like today, for instance, I'm like, Father, I don't want to talk to these people about, my physical ailments and how my physical life is miserable. Like, because I'm already knowing that people are like, well, you could change it. You can change your circumstances. You can change your life to where you're not miserable. Um, and these people sum these things up on surface level, and is this hive mind mentality to blame the victim, but never look at the problem and trace the problem to those who caused the problem. Like, so the mentality of most people is to suppress and conform, you know? And then they wonder why there's so many people with mental issues. People don't even understand why they do what they do. There's so much suppressed, um, I don't even know how to put this in words, bro. But it's like, oh my God. People are under several spells, like Stockholm Syndrome. Okay? Like, people are literally dependent upon their enemy. Like, I cannot wrap my head around why people are so complacent with tyranny and oppression, everything forced, free agency stripped from you. You're not free to follow your passion and desire by way of the Spirit. No. Only those who are seeking money and stout honors of men. You people upon this earth don't open doors for those who are really about it for the Most High. No. The people that are in prominent positions today to open the door for an up and comer, bruh, they do the most to suppress the genuine ones. And they open wide the door for those who they can control and manipulate. See, those of us who they cannot buy, they know that they can't control. So life is a living hell for us when we're really bout it on our divine mission. Purpose driven. Like, it's literally a life of misery. Not only emotionally, because everybody around me seems to have animosity towards me, and want to mistreat me, but then even in my physical body, dealing with all kinds of ailments in my physical body. Arthritis is not a fun thing to deal with, okay? Dealing with my eye. Probably cataracts or something. That's what my stepdad says it is. Though I have 20/20 vision, I'm still having issues with my freaking eyes. Predominantly my left eye. And today, I woke up and couldn't hear properly out of my left ear. So it's like I'm constantly being afflicted all the way around in my physical life. I never enjoyed physical life, okay? And so that makes me in this reality to be a pessimist, to be a complainer, to be a downer, and all of these things. But I'm a very positive person. I'm positive when it comes to spirituality, when it comes to my inner essence, who I really am. But who I really am is suppressed in this reality, in this world. I am hated in this reality, in this world. I am debased and treated as nothing. So, I'm happy in my spirit, yes, because I'm free. But I gotta deal with all the animosity. Like, where is my soul tribe? Bro, I am so tired. I tell the Father daily, I am tired. They wear out the children of light. They wear us the hell out. Where is those that want to love? Like, oh my God. I am tired, bro. This is a real one. Genuine here. And you love to debase the genuine. You love to debase the freaking authentic. You hate us because we are not like you. I cannot be ruled by money. I can't be controlled by money. Do you know money has people doing all kinds of heinous and debaucherous things? How in the hell could something like that come from the Most High? You got people doing dirty, down low things for money. Bloody hands for money. A dirty, rotten conscience, a dirty, rotten mind, a corrupted heart, all for money. But you want to hate one that's doing the complete opposite? Wow. What? You would think that if I'm doing the complete opposite of those that are doing heinous things for money, but I'm renouncing, worshiping, and earning money, pining after money, I don't have anything to do with that. I'm doing the opposite of that. You would think, you should know that clearly I ain't of this world. Clearly I am of the Father. I am of the Great Spirit. I mean, common sense will tell you that. I'm not here after your money. The only reason you should supply the currency that's required if you have abundance is because you care about my well-being. You're compassionate. You love me. You're wanting to show mercy unto me out of your abundance. You're supplying the material goods that is required by Caesar of this world. That's righteousness. Because I am freely giving to you. I am spending my time, energy, and effort working for the righteous kingdom, not for the kingdom of Satan. Okay? He has enough agents working in his kingdom. Okay? I choose out of my free agency to work for the kingdom of righteousness. Why do you have a problem with that? What makes you think you have the right to take away my free agency? To not be forced to earn money in order to live my life upon the earth. Being born on this earth gives me a birthright to be able to live upon the earth without having to earn money to do so. I've been given free agency by my Maker to walk in my purpose by faith and not by sight. So what I'm in poverty and have had 15 cents to my name in my checking account since I don't know when. Let me check real time. Because it's not, including the PayPal donation that I got, but we'll log in there too. And I'll tell you exactly what I'm working with. Because, bruh, I literally live my life depending upon the Great Spirit, not upon money, not upon people. Okay? I'm going to scroll here. Alright. Let's see. June 22nd, I had 1860, and then it was crossing over to the 15 cent that same day. But on June 23rd, I got the text for 15 cent in my checking account. Okay? And so ever since then, alright, ever since June 23rd, 15 cent has been in my checking account. Now let me go log into my PayPal. 1 second. I didn't plan this, people, so just give me just a moment. I'm tired of them asking me to get a freaking app, bro. Let's see, what date was that? Come on, man, stop. I don't want your pop-ups. Stop that. What? Hold on. What the hell? Okay. Okay, July 5th. So July 5th, um, I was given a love donation of $100. Okay, and let me go up a little bit more because the same person on June 29th has sent me $32 via PayPal. All right. Now, this particular person grew up in a Jewish family. Okay. Um, was taught that they come from the tribe of Levi. All right. Um, but I have kept it real with this particular person. Okay. Now, I don't want to say too much. Okay. All right. I'm not gonna say too much, but um, anyway, we hit it off pretty um well. Um, First one that really had the ears to hear me and see my heart, all right, and really have taken hold of what the Father has given me, okay. And so thus far, this person has chosen to extend a hand, a helping hand, all right. And this is how I was able to pay rent for July, or yeah, July, and also for get the internet reestablished. Plus, I was able to get food for Tiggy and other things that I needed. So I'm not depending upon this person, and this person knows this, okay? Because I made it very clear. Well, this person has been watching a few of my videos too, okay? As I stated, they have taken um, a liking to what the Father has given me. Um, they were seeking. Okay, so this is, I was praising the Father with this person. Hold on. I was praising the Father with this person that I knew eventually the Most High was gonna lead um people to me. All right, I just didn't know when. All right, didn't necessarily know how, but we established the now. Also, I had been following this person for a while. Back in the day, this person was in a truth movement. Okay, so around the same time, I was looking into the chemtrails and right after, it was after the 9/11 and all of that. I had been in a truth movement for a long time, bro. So, but anyway, this particular person, like I said, they identify with the Jewish, tribe of Levi, but is able to unlearn the wisdom of this world and relearn via the spirit of truth. And it's all done in love. And this person understands and sees my heart. All right. And that's what's important to me. All right. It's important that people see my true heart, and, but unfortunately, most people project a false reality. They shield themselves from seeing who I really am. In their mind, it's too good to be true. But I put all my flaws out in the open, like I'm gonna light my cigarette. Because it is most definitely a flaw to be a smoker. Polluting my temple, you know. But yes, it's a crutch in this wicked ass world that I have to be forced to live in, bro. And I'm tired of being miserable, bro. I'm really tired of being miserable, but at the same time I give praise, honor, and glory to the Most High for the light that is shining in my life. You know, um, but again, just yesterday, how I went to the neighborhood grocery store and how they charge an extra 10% on top of their tax. And sometimes their products are more expensive, but they're in the hood. You know, is the bro, I see this reality for what it truly is. And because I am on a spiritual divine mission from the Most High, and I am not of the kingdom of Satan, everything that has been established within this system has been established to make my life miserable, to make my life a living hell. Okay? Because this system has been established for those who bow down to it and conform to it and worship it. Okay? Those of us who are the opposite have the worst life. And when I talk about my life, people literally just sum me up as a complainer, not understanding who I truly am. I am literally a living witness. I am here to testify about the great wickedness upon this earth that has been allowed by the Great Spirit for a period of time. I'm here to testify how I overcame the three unclean spirits of lust, hate, and selfishness. That's the three unclean spirits that's permeating in the hearts of most people these days. I'm here to give the clarity and the understanding, people. I have a song out, a melody. Wide is the door, it is open. Wide is the door, it is open. Wide is the door, it is open. Like, bro, I am open hearted and open armed for all who will have the ears to hear, the heart to receive, and the eyes to see. I'm here to give the clarity. Why do you keep casting off the genuine ones of the Most High? And then have the audacity to claim that you serve our Father. You don't. Okay? Stop deluding yourself. Okay? You love your money, admit that. And please. Because we can clearly see who it is you truly serve. You can't hide any longer. Okay? Your heart and your mindset is revealed through your actions. Do you not realize this? See, you show who it is you truly serve about what it is you choose to do. We all have free agency to choose who it is we serve. It ain't by what we say. It don't matter what God we profess out our mouth. What matters is our attributes, our fruit. Our fruit will line up to the power that we serve and worship. Our fruit will line up to who it is we are obedient to. And evil and good don't come from the same deity. Okay? So those of us who live to do good upon the earth, we don't worship the same God as those who live to do evil upon the earth. And you are living to do evil upon the earth when you are living in your carnal flesh and you refuse to humble yourself. You refuse to subdue your ego. Therefore, you are doing evil. And you don't know it. You're oblivious to it. Okay? But you're still going to be judged for it. Because you were told. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. Several different records. All the spiritual texts. All the spiritual ascended masters then told you the same damn message. Love one another. Do good unto one another. Refrain from doing evil. But you don't want to listen. You want to continue to mistreat others. And you think that you can continue that wickedness forever against the righteous. No, 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 no. There is going to come a time where you are going to be reaping all that you have been sowing. Okay? Now let's go ahead and jump into this because I done talked for 27 minutes, bruh. Almost 30 minutes. And I didn't plan any of it. Okay? Just giving you a little bit about my life that I have to live. Alright? People glorify being a chosen one. Ain't nothing gloriful about it in mortality. Okay? No. The glory that comes from that is after mortality. Alright? Now, we don't seek to be glorified by mortal men. Okay? I seek to be esteemed of my maker. Alright? There's a huge difference. Now, let's go ahead and get into this audio. Try to finish this thing up, bro. If left unchecked, these devils will never stop, okay? You know? So there's a time interval, people. There's a time interval. Alright? And their time's up. Now, it seems like they still in power. Okay? But it has to play out spiritually before it plays out physically. Alright? So spiritually, we've been growing in the spirit and in truth for 7+ years, okay? Me personally, at least 5 years since I've given up. I think it's 5 years. I quit eating the dead animal flesh in 2019, September 11th of 2019. So yeah, that's 5 years. That's 5 years. Alright. Well, pretty much 5 years. Close to 5 years. It'll be 5 years come September 19th. Or September 11th. September 11th. And September 11th, it'll be 5 years. Like, bruh. Yeah, it'll be my 5th year. 5 years that I've given up eating dead bodies. You know, I was still consuming dairy though for a while. Milk, creamer, cheese. I didn't really give all of that up until about 2021. Like pretty much when I started my channel. Around the time I started my channel, I was pretty much as dairy free as possible. I was still consuming the almond cheese, which had a milk component, but for the most part, I considered myself, dairy free. At least I tried to stay away from the dairy. I consumed it every now and then, but it was due to not knowing better, not knowing, because they sneak it in shit. But I began to be very meticulous when it came to like what I put in my body. I don't want any animal products in my body. But yeah, I noticed that I skyrocketed in the spirit and in the truth after giving up eating dead bodies. Once I gave up eating the dead bodies, I was able to take off spiritually. Spiritually, I can soar. Left unchecked, they will continue to oppress. They will continue to suppress. They will continue to create misery upon the earth. Mass suffering. Therefore, it cannot continue. It cannot be allowed to continue. Bro, there has to be an end to this. Because these people, bro, they've been allowed by the Great Spirit to freely freaking choose to do righteousness. But instead, they rather do wickedness. And in their actions, they are causing mass suffering and misery upon the whole damn creation. Therefore, there has to be an end to this. Everything that they do is oppressive. They force every damn thing. I then went back and hold on, before I go into that, hold on. Everything that they do is oppressive. They force every damn thing. Everything. Alright? So, when the Gentiles came into power, it began with the Greeks. Okay? The Greeks were a Japhetic nation. Okay? Japheth is one of the three sons of Noah. Okay? After the Greeks, there was the Romans. That's another descendant of Japheth. Okay? The Romans. Alright? And then you had the revived Roman Empire. Alright? And we're going to be going over some things in just a second. 1 second. I want to kind of heat up my coffee. I need to close some things out too, so give me just a second, people. Alright. Oh, let me go over this, okay? So, the Greeks, first Maccabees, it talks about this. 1:7 through 9. Let me go ahead and pull this up. I don't understand why y'all can't just freaking do what I'm asking, bro. Why y'all gotta do this? You know, this is really annoying. Like, what in the hell, bro? Just take me to First Maccabees. Like, here. But in the freaking... I don't understand this, bro. This is so annoying. Bruh. Where is the Maccabees? First Maccabees. They really make you have to go through a whole bunch of bull crap, bro. It's so crazy. It said 171. This is it. Yeah. So Alexander the Great, okay, they put these titles on wicked men, okay? They label him Alexander the Great. So you think that Alexander was great, okay? That he conquered. You think that this was done in righteousness? Do you think that this was something righteous? Or was it wicked? Okay? So Alexander reigned 12 years and then died. And his servants bear rule, everyone in his place. They were also descendants of Japheth. Okay? These were Gentile nations. Alright? And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth. And there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surnamed Ephanes, son of Antiochus, the king, who had been a hostage at Rome. And he reigned in the 130th and 7th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. Okay? So this is the beginning of evils being multiplied upon the earth. The Gentiles taking wickedness to the next level. And now with the revived Roman Empire that we were all born into and presented as if it's the only reality, they have taken wickedness to the maximum level. Okay? You need to understand this. And see, I understand that there's many of my people that are also just as evil. Let's continue to read in verse 11. Because history repeats itself. Okay? In those days went there out of Israel the children of light, the chosen people of the Most High. Okay? The covenant people. The true covenant people. The true biblical people. Okay? In those days there went out of us wicked men who persuaded many. See, there's 2/3 of my people who are wholly wicked. Okay? They don't care about this truth. All they care about is getting that bag by any means necessary. They'll kill a nigga and not think twice about him. Right? So in those days, there went out of us wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. This why you see us in so-called prominent positions. But we were placed there by our enemies. And our enemies would not place one of us there in that prominent position unless we had a mindset conditioned to their reality. Not the true reality. No, you have to take on the Gentile mentality. You got to take on their reality. You got to think like them. Your concerns are their concerns. Okay? You don't have concerns of your own. Your concerns has been given to you. You don't know why you're concerned about the things that you're concerned about. You were manipulated. So you are just a carbon copy robot. Many of my people, they put them on CNN or wherever they are put, on television. When you see them on television, okay? These are the wicked who go make a covenant with the heathen, including your celebrities, okay? Oh yeah, the more money that they have, the more popular they are, the more wicked that they are. They go and make a covenant with the heathen that are around about us. Your so-called civil rights leaders, they're the boule. They made a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. They want to partake of the blessings of Lucifer. So of course Lucifer would allow them to partake of his blessings. Okay? So don't let it, deter you from hearing this truth because you see a whole bunch of so-called black people, so-called African Americans doing wickedness. That's to be expected. Because the majority of them will not have the ears to hear, the heart to receive, nor the eyes to see. All right? So this device pleased them well. Okay? To this day, there's plenty of my people who will sell out to this system, turning their back on their maker and a true covenant that we had with the Great Spirit. They don't want to hear about none of that. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Okay? They were given license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. All right? Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen. And they made themselves uncircumcised and forsook the holy covenant. Now that uncircumcised is not physical. It's not talking about your penis. It's not talking about cutting off your foreskin, because once you cut off your foreskin, you can't get it back. It ain't talking about sewing it back on or removing it or any of that, okay? They made themselves uncircumcised in heart and forsook the holy covenant, all right, and joined themselves to the heathen and were sold to do mischief. They sold out for money, for status, for clout, for honors of men, for temporary happiness, fool's gold. All right? So understand, it ain't about skin color. It ain't about skin color whatsoever. It's about our heart. It's about our mindset. It's about righteousness versus wickedness. Okay? It just so happens that these people are European. And it just so happens that it is the Europeans who are the wealthiest people upon the face of the earth. Okay? That's biblical prophecy. That the stranger would get up on top very high. And the biblical people will come down very low. Alright? So that happened. You have to admit that. Okay? If you are a lover of truth, then you will admit the truth. Okay? You would stop making excuses. You would stop ignoring this manifest destiny. Okay? You would stop ignoring the fact that Europeans found us here. Okay? You would stop ignoring how you get your dominion on all the blessed lands of the earth. Because these particular lands that you're on, Gentiles, Europeans, and all nations of Psalms 83, it was to be given to the righteous in order to do right by all humanity and all creation. And the Gentiles had their opportunity to do right by all humanity and all creation. The Great Spirit allotted you a time, times, and a half a time. But as we look around in the world today, we can see that all creation groans and suffers. So that means that you did not do righteous as a whole. Okay? Don't be sensitive coming to my channel, saying that I'm talking about all of you. I'm speaking as a whole. Again, when we deal in this prophecy, this is about the majority. All the richest people in the world are all European. Okay? You have established yourselves on top. Okay? You gave yourselves authority. The Gentiles, the Europeans, the pale-skinned people. Okay? They took the blessing of Shem by force through raping, robbing, and murdering. Your forefathers did this, okay? And now today we're living in an unrighteous ass system, and hardly no one wants to question where in the hell did it come from. Okay? People just want to be comfortable and complacent with it. Just be conformed to it. Continue to do what you gotta do to get you and yours, alright? And let the next man do his own thing. Okay? But time's up for that. Now it's time to examine your heart. Now it's time to renew your mind. Okay? Understand what happened. Bro, my computer's tripping. Like, my whole, computer is flashing. Like, this is crazy, bro. I'd be so tired. PC Doctor module is just popping up out of nowhere. Like, bro, I'm trying to do this work, okay? Like, wow. I'm having to close crap out in my task manager. Now, so all creation is groaning and suffering, alright? And it's all because of the love of money, okay? The Gentiles, when they came into power, it was all about lust for power and status. And the riches, okay? Yes. Once Christopher Columbus and all the Gentiles and all of the, when you guys got your chance, it was all about destroying the holy people, stamping out the truth so that you can live in your carnal flesh, so that it could be all about the flesh, survival of the fittest, just being animalistic. Okay? No compassion, no mercy, no morals, no empathy, none of that. All of that went out the window. Okay? Now, again, I'm not saying that every single individual European, pale-skinned white person, is without compassion, love, and mercy. Clearly, I'm not saying that. All right, because I began this talking about one that has been showing love unto the Father's servant. Okay? Now, what I'm trying to say, people, is that we've been living in a paradigm. All right? Europeans did not establish great civilization. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you this truth, okay? Well, I'm not really sorry to tell you the truth, okay? But I'm sorry if it hurts you, all right? I don't tell you this truth to hurt you, okay? That's not my motivation. I don't get on here seeking to hurt people, all right? You need to understand that you were lied to. Okay? You are going to declare that your fathers have inherited lies, wherein there is no profit. I'm trying to soften the blow. Okay? If only you will humble yourself like a child and unlearn the wisdom of this world and relearn via the spirit of truth, then it wouldn't be horrible for you. You would have an opportunity to be with us because the Most High is about to restore us. Okay? So I'm here to help you. Disaster predicted. Wow. Disaster is predicted. Oh my God, I didn't plan to read all of this. People, can you have patience, please? Let me go relieve my bladder and heat up my coffee, and I'm just gonna take my time and flow by way of the spirit, because that caught my eye. Disaster predicted, and I'm gonna just like read from there. Bruh, oh my God. Oh man, they're coming out with so many movies about uh disasters and storms. Okay, I'm gonna flow by way of the spirit when I come back. All right, you can go ahead and get a head start and just start reading. Okay, I'll be right back. have to bear my soul. For if I didn't, then I would feel like something is left undone. I literally have to put my heart and soul out here. When the word of the Most High came unto me, then the word of the Most High came to me, saying, you must not marry or have sons or daughters in this place. For this is what the Most High says concerning the sons and daughters born in this place, and the mothers who bore them, and the fathers who fathered them in this land. They will die from deadly diseases. They will not be mourned or buried, but will lie like dung on the ground. They will be finished off by the sword and famine, and their corpses will become food for the birds of the air and beasts of the earth. Wow. Indeed, this is what the Most High says. Do not enter a house where there is a funeral meal. Wow. Do not enter a house where there is a funeral meal. Bro, I've never read this before, but I grew up doing this. This was like a tradition, you know? This was like a tradition. Like, wow. Anytime there was a funeral, there was a meal. There was a funeral meal. Do not enter a house where there is a funeral meal. Do not go to mourn or show sympathy, for I have removed from this people my peace, my loving devotion, and my compassion, declares the Most High. I guess this was like the beginning of our tribulation or something. Because there did come a point in time where the Most High had to remove protection from us. And this does not mean that He didn't love us. It just means that we had to reap what we had been sowing. Alright? The Most High is not partial. Okay? So, just as He allowed the Gentiles to come over here and get the blessing and, do righteousness, alright, they could have chose out of their free agency to do righteousness with the blessing that the Father allowed them to obtain. Unfortunately, many of them did not do this. Okay? And the majority, all they wanted was selfish gain. Alright? Now, both great and small will die in this land. They will not be buried or mourned, nor will anyone cut himself or shave his head for them. No food will be offered to comfort those who mourn the dead. Not even a cup of consolation will be given for the loss of a father or mother. You must not enter a house where there is feasting, and sit down with them to eat and drink. For this is what the Most High of Hosts, the power of Israel, says. I am going to remove from this place, before your very eyes, and in your days, the sounds of joy and gladness, the voices of the bride and the bridegroom. Now see, this is a dual prophecy. It was fulfilled against us, and now it's going to be fulfilled against the nations that took us into captivity and are still here on this land with their manifested destiny that they refuse to repent for. Okay? You just want to start civilization from this point. Okay? As if you came over here and civilized us, when really you were the savages that invaded, alright, and just plundered, alright, did many heinous things, and you got up on top of us very high, and it's been that way ever since. Actually, it was a gradual process, alright, and you have yet to restore us. And you have yet to show compassion, any kind of love, mercy, or empathy for the people who you have savagely mistreated since your fathers invaded. Okay? So now let's continue. So it's a dual prophecy. Because all of this happened to us at the hands of the Gentiles. When you tell these people all these things, they will ask you, why has the Lord pronounced all this great disaster against us? What is our guilt? What is the sin that we have committed against the Most High, our power? Then you are to answer them, it is because your fathers have forsaken me, declares the Most High, and followed other gods, and served and worshiped them. Now let's break this down. At this time, yes, our forefathers had been serving gods of bloodshed. Okay? Gods that crave bloodshed. Alright? The Great Spirit never required bloodshed. Only repentance and obedience does the Great Spirit require. Okay? A broken heart and a contrite spirit. He is near unto those of us with a broken heart and a contrite spirit, a spirit after the Most High, a spirit that lives to glorify and honor the Most High. That's what's required. Righteousness out of free agency. Using our free agency to do good. Okay? That's what's required. Not bloodshed. You're committing a transgression to shed blood. Thou shalt not kill. Like, I don't understand why this is so difficult for people to understand. Okay? So, yes, our forefathers had been serving gods of bloodshed. Okay? They killed the prophets. They handed the promised anointed one over to the worst of the heathen to have them murder him. They abandoned the Most High and did not keep his instruction. And you have done more evil than your fathers. So my people at that time was doing more evil than our fathers. And to this day, my people are doing more evil than our forefathers. Yes, they are, bro. And I gotta keep it real. Now, I don't want to keep it too damn long. We're already over an hour. But bro, let me keep it real with you. The last time that I took the bus to the store, I forget exactly what day it was. But I was getting off the bus, coming home, with hundreds of dollars worth of groceries, and I was getting my stuff situated. I had set it on a bench, on a bus stop bench, getting ready to carry it all home. And I had to set it on the bench so that I can get my phone and turn my music back on, because they don't let you play your music on the bus. And as I was doing that, there was this pit bull, and I could feel the energy. I could feel the energy off of the pit bull and off of the dude. Evil, wicked dude, okay? And this was, my complexion, possibly indigenous brother, okay? But, bruh, his spirit was wicked, okay? And I could feel the traumatized energy of the dog. And my heart broke, okay? My heart broke for the dog, that the dog had been abused. I could just tell. I could tell that the dog had been abused, and it was really hard for me to shake the feeling. I didn't want to think about it, because I feel it, okay? And I try to keep my spirits in high energy as much as possible, but when I come around certain people, it's like I feel the vibrations, okay? very strongly. Okay, and so this particular dog, bro, like it, and that stuck with me for days. Okay, like I could not shake the traumatized feeling of the dog, and just, bruh, my heart broke, and I prayed for the dog. I prayed that hopefully the dog would somehow be able to be liberated, away from that wicked owner. He was supposed to be a caretaker. We're not supposed to be considered owners of our pets, or I forget the better term that we should use, not pet, but we're the caretakers. Um, you know, I'm Tiggy's caretaker. I don't consider myself his owner. I'm his caretaker. You know. So anyway, bro, I just had to keep it real. All right, wicked people. My people are doing way more evil than our fathers. Okay, our people are doing some wicked things, some heinous things for money. They'll traumatize these dogs in order to win dog fights for money. You know, see how each of you fellow, or see how each of you follows the stubbornness of his evil heart. Okay? See how each of you follows the stubbornness of his evil heart instead of obeying me. Imagine that. That's exactly what people are doing these days. And that's ego. That's pride. That's arrogance. See, me smoking cigarettes has nothing to do with the stubbornness of heart against the Most High. You know, I acknowledge that I'm polluting my temple. You know, I'm not denying that. But we have free agency, and I'm subject to whatever the hell happens to me, from the action of this, okay? But I'm not sowing negative energy towards others by polluting my temple with cigarette smoke. You get what I'm saying, people? You focus on these superficial, trivial ass, vain things, and you think that you're righteous. Christians, they think they're righteous because they don't smoke cigarettes, they don't smoke cannabis, they don't use profanity, you know, they don't drink wine. But yet they have all of these evil spirits in their heart. They're dealing with jealousy, bitterness, envy, spitefulness, freaking hatred. Like, those things in your heart is way more detrimental to your spiritual health than smoking cigarettes. Okay? We gotta stop dealing in superficiality, people. It is the matters of the heart that matters to the Great Spirit. You don't want to have a stubbornness of heart. You don't want to be evil in your heart. Okay? Stubbornness of his evil heart. All right? Instead of obeying the Great Spirit, the Spirit of truth. Therefore, you will be cast out of this land into a land that is neither you nor your fathers have known. There you will serve other gods day and night, for I will show you no favor. Okay? We were warned. Okay? Now, this is a dual prophecy. Now, only the righteous of the nations will choose to cleave to us because we are about to be restored. Okay? All of this was allowed to happen to us at the hands of the Gentiles, okay, who are up on top right now living lavishly. Okay? Hold on. So you already know Okay, you gotta acknowledge how you got your prosperity. It was not because you are so great and like, bruh. Some of you individually, okay, I give it to you. You work so hard, but to what avail? Okay? What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and yet lose his soul? So you have a choice. Okay? If you did work hard and you gained a lot and you have an abundance, well, you could be a righteous am to do good for the kingdom of the Most High. Use your prosperity for righteousness' sake. Okay? It's about your heart. It's about your mindset. All right? But if you worked hard and you pined after all your wealth and all of that, and you harden your heart and you're like, it's mine. Hold on. The American dream is all mine. You want to be one of these? Well, guess what? You're gonna perish. Okay? Swiftly. Alright? Because this was obtained in wickedness. So you have to choose to be righteous, okay? And if you choose to be righteous and become a righteous am for his vine, then you will be spared with us, okay? Because the Most High is about to restore us. Yet behold, the days are coming, declares the Most High, when they will no longer say, as surely as the Most High lives, who brought the Israelites up out of the land of Egypt. Instead, they will say, as surely as the Most High lives, who brought the Israelites up out of the land of the north and all the other lands to which we had been banished, for he is going to return us to our land that was given to our forefathers. But for now, I will send for many fishermen, declares the Most High, and they will catch them. After that I will send for many hunters, and they will hunt them on every mountain and hill, even from the cliffs of the rocks. Now, when it's saying the Most High is doing this, the Most High is not doing this. He's allowing this, okay? But his eyes are on all their ways, okay? There's nothing hidden from his face, and their guilt is not concealed from his eyes. And I will first repay them double their iniquity and their sin. Okay? This is the ones that took us into captivity. Alright? So the Most High allowed for you guys to fish us, alright, and hunt us, okay? Now it's being done in righteousness. We've been fishing for you. Alright? We've been fishing for you. We've been putting out this truth. We've been working in the vineyard. So spiritually, we've been fishing for you. Okay? We've been putting out these seeds. Okay? We've been well, I ain't been hunting you, but I guess the hunters have been sent already, and that's most likely the tempest, all right, the storms and whatnot that's rose up, the pestilence and the plagues and all of these things. Okay, that's the hunters. But again, that ain't the Most High doing that. That's the Most High allowing it. Okay, huge difference. But it is the Most High that's having us plant these seeds. It is the Most High that's having us put this word out by way of the Spirit. Okay? And his eyes have been on all of our ways. Nothing is hidden from his face. And the guilt of those who were used by the wicked kingdom to destroy the holy people is not concealed from the eyes of the Great Spirit. And you're first gonna be repaid double your iniquity and your sin because you have defiled his holy land with the carcasses of your detestable idols. What's your idol? Money, materialism. Okay, so you spilt a lot of blood for money and materialistic gain. Okay? And they have defiled his inheritance with their abominations. Alright? Yes. They forced us to eat flesh and blood. Taught it in school with the food pyramid. Taught that this was healthy and nutritious. Called it meat. That is necessary for us to eat meat, which is actually a decaying corpse. Almost time my strength and my fortress, my refuge in a day of the distress of the nations, they will come unto us from the ends of the earth, and will declare, our fathers inherited nothing but lies, worthless idols of no benefit at all. Your money is a false god. The Most High asks, can a man make gods for himself? Such are not gods. You have mortal men that establish money. So if mortal men established this, mortal men put a value system on this, what makes you think that came from the Most High? Okay, this came from the colonizers. Alright? This came from those who set themselves up in authority. Economic slavery. Alright? So understand, people. Understand how you get your prosperity. It was not done in righteousness. It was done in great wickedness. Therefore, you will be judged. Okay? Therefore, behold, I will inform them, and this time I will make them know my power and my might. Then they will know that my name is the Most High, Almighty. Okay? You about to see the real power. Okay? Zechariah 14:12. And this shall be the plague wherewith you will be smited, all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Your flesh will consume away while you stand upon your feet, and your eyes shall consume away in their holes, and your tongue shall consume away in your mouth. All of this because of what you have sown and your forefathers have sown. Okay? And it has caused all creation to groan and suffer. Okay? Let's see. Yeah. Cause all creation to groan and suffer. Now, you're blowing off those of us who are here to give to you by way of the Spirit. Alright? Now, you need to understand that the Most High allowed this. Okay? This is from the fall of Jerusalem 24. Titus admits it was the power of the Most High, alright, that allowed our destruction. Okay? We were devoured by wild beasts, exactly as the scriptures declare what happened to us. The number of those destroyed during the war, which lasted 7 years, is computed to have been 1,462,000. When the sword had returned to its scabbard, for want of objects whereon to exercise its fury, and the troops were satisfied with plunder, Titus commanded the whole city and temple to be demolished. Upon viewing the strength of the works, he exclaimed, quote, "We have fought with the assistance of God. It was God who drove the Israelites out of these fortifications. For what can the hands of men or the force of machines effect against these towers?" End quote. Alright? So, bro, the Most High removed protection from us. And when the Most High removed protection from us, these wicked people had their demonic powers helping them. Okay? And ever since then, they have been using the powers of the dark realm in order to keep us diminished. Okay? Therefore, you have been living in a paradigm. Okay? Where all creation is groaning and suffering. Now, this is the sealed portion, chapter 71. We're going to start right here. Hold on, actually, I'm going to start in verse 3. And when the Roman government fell, all the nations of the world were astounded at its fall and wondered after it, even reasoning among themselves what was the cause of its fall from the power and glory that it had received from the dragon. Alright? Let me read it again. And when the Roman government fell, because it was the Roman government that we just read about Titus, Titus was wasn't he part of Rome, or was he the Greeks? I think he might have. Was he the Greek? No, that was the Romans, wasn't it? I think that was the Romans. Yeah, Romans was part of. Titus was part of the Romans, and his son. Dang, what's the name of his son? Hold on. I know it, but it's escaping my memory right now. Dang, I can't think of his freaking name. But anyway, this was during that same time, okay? So when the Roman government fell, all the nations of the world were astounded at its fall and wondered after it, even reasoning among themselves what was the cause of its fall from the power and glory that it had received from the dragon. The dragon is Britain, okay? Now, but the world was under the power of Satan. Therefore, the nations of the world did not believe that it was Lucifer who had given these things unto the Romans, but that they had received these things from God. And that's the same thing that people are confusing today. They want to believe that this reality came from the Most High. It did not. Most people want to believe that money came from the Most High. It did not. Okay? No, what came from the Most High was land. Like, the land was allotted. There was a covenant made with Noah and his sons. Okay? And all three sons of Noah and their posterity got a portion of the earth. Alright? Do I really have to bring this out? Hold on. Many times I've brought this out already. You know, colonization only happened with Canaan and Japheth. Okay? Canaan and Japheth are the only ones that were stealing lands. Okay? 1 second. I get many references to this, but I'm looking for Jubilees. Let me just type in Jubilees then. Now see, I'm gonna show you how Canaan was warned about stealing lands. All right, and then Japheth did the same damn thing. All right, Canaan stole this land over here. All right, this land over here is a true old world. So the Americas is actually, it was formerly known as Canaan's land. All right, because Canaan has stolen the land from Shem, and this was a land of giants. There's been more giant bones found over here in the Americas than anywhere. Okay, this was the first Egypt. Okay, the old Egypt, the old world. Okay. Now, from the Book of Jubilees. Looks like page 84, looks like. And verse 29. And Canaan saw the land of Lebanon. Okay? Now, true Lebanon would be northern California, where them tallest trees in the world, the California redwoods, those are the true trees of Lebanon. Okay? They're the tallest trees in the world. Those are the great cedars of Lebanon. Show me those trees over there in the so-called Middle East. Show me over in the Middle East the tallest trees in the world, the great cedars. You would not be able to, because the great cedars is in Northern California, in the real Lebanon. Okay? To the river of Egypt, that it was very good. And he went not into the land of his inheritance to the west, that is to the sea. And he dwelt in the land of Lebanon, eastward and westward, from the border of Jordan and from the border of the sea. And Ham and his father, and Cush and Mizraim. Mizraim will be Egypt, okay? And actually, a deeper revelation, I think the Egyptians were a separate people from the Mizraim, even though Mizraim means Egyptian, and it goes hella deep, okay? But there was some mix-up, all right? There was some mix-up with the modern, what was normally originally known as the Egyptians, versus the Mizraim, and then your modern so-called Egyptians today. All right, and you still have your descendants of Ham. Okay, the Mizraim, the Cushites. All right, and his brother said unto him, Thou hast settled in a land which is not thine, which is not yours, and which did not fall to us by lot. Okay? Do not do so. All right? For if thou doest so, thou and thy sons will fall in the land and be accursed through sedition. For by sedition you have settled, and by sedition will thy children fall, and thou shalt be rooted out forever. Okay, let's look up this term, sedition. Conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. So rebelling against righteousness, okay, because we were all supposed to be happy and free in our allotted inheritances. Okay? All people of the earth had an inheritance, had a birthright. Okay? When you're born, there was a birthright that we all had. But wicked people have stolen that. Okay? Now, so because wicked people have stolen it and passed it down for generations to generations, the children thereof is going to fall. Those that refuse to humble themselves and repent and begin to walk in righteousness, you're going to fall. And you're going to be rooted out forever. So dwell not in the dwelling of Shem, for to Shem and to his sons did it come by their lot. Cursed art thou, and cursed shalt thou be beyond all the sons of Noah, by the curse by which we bound ourselves by an oath in the presence of the holy judge, and in the presence of Noah our father. But the Canaanites did not hearken unto them, and dwelt in the land of Lebanon, from Hamath to the entering of Egypt, he and his sons unto this day. Okay? So you got Canaanites to this day in this land. Okay? And for this reason, that land is named Canaan. Okay? Now, and then you get the Japheth, the sons of Japheth, and the sons of Japheth also stole land. They're also colonizers. All right, the offspring of Jacob or Japheth, not Jacob, but Japheth. Okay, colonizers. That's not righteous. It's not righteous to colonize lands. Okay, now earth divided into parts. I don't know if this is it or no. Okay. Yes, the earth was divided into parts. The children of Noah began to divide the earth amongst themselves. For this reason he called his name Peleg. And they divided it secretly among themselves and told it to Noah. And it came to pass in the beginning of the 33rd Jubilee that they divided the earth into 3 parts for Shem and Ham and Japheth, according to the inheritance of each, in the first year, in the first week, when one of us who had been sent was with him. And he called his sons, and they drew nigh to him, they and their children, and he divided the earth into the lots which his 3 sons were to take in possession. And they reached forth their hands and took the writing out of the bosom of Noah their father. Okay? And there came forth on the writing of Shem's lot the middle of the earth, which he should take as an inheritance for himself and for his sons, for the generations of eternity, from the middle of the mountain range of Rapha, and it cuts off, bruh. But we had the fatness of the earth, okay? But it was allowed to be overtaken. Now hold on. 1 second. So I wanted to show a illustration that popped in my head. If I can find it, I don't remember what I named it. Give me just a moment, people. Work with me. And this is a little bit more about Shem. Alright. And Noah rejoiced that this portion came forth for Shem and for his sons, and he remembered all that he had spoken with his mouth in prophecy, for he had said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and may the Most High dwell in the dwelling of Shem. Okay? And he knew that the Garden of Eden, which is around the Florida area, is the Holy of Holies, and the dwelling of the Lord, and Mount Sinai, the center of the desert, and Mount Zion, the center of the navel of the earth. All right. Um, these three were created holy places facing each other. And he blessed the Most High Power of powers, who had put the word of the Most High into his mouth, and the Most High forevermore. And he knew that a blessed portion and a blessing had come to Shem and his sons unto the generations forever. The whole land of Eden, and the whole land of the Red Sea, and the whole land of the east and India, and on the Red Sea, and the mountains thereof, and all the land of Bashan, and all the land of Lebanon, and the islands of Kaftir, and all the mountains of Senir, and all of these things, okay, and the mountains of Ashur, in the north, and all the land of Elam, Asher, and Babel. All right, so this is all of the fourth part of the earth, okay? The whole fourth part of the earth. I'm still looking for something. One second. Try my best to try to find this thing. I don't remember where it's at. I don't remember where I named it. I be hating when I don't name my stuff very well, bro, where I can pull it right up. Because it was given a reference of the. Hold on. The land's neither hot nor cold. Well, if I can't find it, oh well. It was just showing an illustration of Shem's land. Hold on. No, I got it somewhere. Wait a minute, is that it? Oh no, okay. 1 second, people, just work with me for a second. Well, here's one that's okay. So, why would the biggest seed receive the smallest land? Okay, like that don't even make sense whatsoever. They trying to make Shem, the blessed promised seed, fit over here in this little bitty patch of land, but Ham has this land here, and Japheth has all of that land there. Really, bro? You're saying that nobody was dwelling over here? That's ridiculous. Okay, this was Shem's land. This was Shem's portion. All of this was Shem's portion. Okay. Now, I watched a movie the other day. It was funny because they showed a map that was actually flipped. Okay, it was flipped, and um it was showing the opposite on the map in the movie. Okay, they were flipped. 1 second. So we know that they, you know, changed everything, bro. Everything is upside down and backward. Okay, and I think I found it. Here we go. America's in the middle. All right, so you see this right here. All right. So as we read in the book of Jubilees, chapter 8, all right, Shem blessed spacious land. All of this, okay, the fourth part, all right, the earth was divided, okay. Japheth has the cold lands, Ham has the hot lands. Okay, these are the cold lands, all right? These are the hot lands, okay? Now, these are the lands that are neither hot nor cold, and there is also various places that there's all four seasons in Africa and all over the earth. Okay, so everywhere where there's four seasons, let me show you that. Okay, so you don't think I'm just making things up. All right, 1 second. So the book of Jubilees, chapter 8. All right. Verse 29. This is the land which came forth for Japheth and his sons as the portion of his inheritance, which he should possess for himself and his sons, for their generations forever. 5 great islands, and a great land in the north. But it is cold year round. And the land of Ham is hot year round. And the land of Shem is neither hot nor cold, but it is of blended cold and heat. That means we have all 4 seasons. Okay? Lands blended. It's cold and hot in North America. When I Google lands blended with hot and cold, it's cold and hot in North America. NASA will tell you that. Okay? This is Shem's land. I'm proving these things with receipts. Okay? I'm not just speaking this out my ass with no receipts. Okay? Now, Ham was given the hot lands. Okay, so you got the Thailand Islands, Mexico, parts of Mexico, Santa Barbara, South Africa, Ecuador, India, Brazil, Costa Rica, Morocco. These are the lands that are warm year round. But I don't know. We gotta look and see which ones are hot year round, not just warm but hot. All right, 1 second. And here's another map. Land blended with hot and cold. Okay, so you can clearly see this is the land blended with hot and cold, bruh. Quit playing with us, okay? Alright, Japheth was given the cold lands. Okay, Eastern Arctic Plateau, Antarctica, alright, Vostok Station, Antarctica, alright, all of these places in Antarctica, okay, Alaska, alright, Greenland, well, whatever that, I can't pronounce that, Clinic Station, Greenland, alright, Siberia, Russia, okay, these are the lands of Japheth, okay, and then we're not going to really deal with the people that's not a people, the cave dwellers, alright, because there are those, okay, the wild men, but we're not dealing with them, okay, understand that all of this was allowed to happen by the Great Spirit for a purpose, okay, so the world was under the power of Satan. Therefore the nations of the world did not believe that it was Satan who had given these things unto the Romans, but that they had received these things from the Most High, okay, and in this they were correct. Nevertheless, the Most High who gave them these things was Lucifer, but it wasn't the Most High. So, let me reread that. And in this they were correct. Nevertheless, the God who gave them these things was Lucifer. Lucifer said he would set himself up like the Most High, but he ain't the Most High. Okay, he's a false God, alright? He didn't set himself up like the Most High, but he ain't the Most High. The dragon of whom John speaketh, whose tail drew a third part of the stars of heaven, or in other words, the spirit children of the Father, who followed Lucifer, and cast them to the earth. Yeah, these are the devil and his angels. Alright? So you shall know them by their fruit. Okay? The Great Spirit gives free agency, does not force righteousness. Alright? And the principles of the government of Rome were those things which were coveted by other nations. And the principles of the government of Rome were those things which were coveted by other nations. For other nations begin to study the formation of the Roman Empire and take from it the basis for the foundations of their own governments. And the great European empire of the latter days shall be established and formed according to many of the things that it shall learn from the form of government of the Romans, whose great empire shall be wounded by the sword, but then healed by the great and abominable church that was formed by the devil. And from this seventh empire, according to the words of John, the eighth beast shall come forth and establish itself as the seat in which Satan shall wield his power in the last days, established himself over here in the fourth part of the earth. And in that day, even in the day when these things shall come forth unto you, Satan shall have great power over the whole earth. And the people of the latter days shall believe that they are worshiping the Father, when in reality they are worshiping Lucifer and following the course that he has set for them by his power and according to his plan. Okay? On this channel repeatedly, I have shown you how this happened, how he was able to subtly manipulate you. Okay? Hold on. Lucifer's plan. So this right here, chapter 11, Lucifer's plan. All right. Verse 66. And if it so be that you should teach this law, eternal law of love, unto your children, and cause them to live by this law in mortality, then they would have peace and happiness among them all the days of their probation. Nevertheless, the requirements of this law are opposed to the plan of Lucifer, whose purpose and intent has always been centered in selfishness, and he has great power and influence over the hearts of the children of men, and this because of the veil that has been placed over their minds, that they do not remember the things of the Father. Why do they not remember the things of the Father? Because they're so busy accepting the reality that they have been presented. Matthew 24:10 through 12. And then shall many be offended when the children of light have been risen, and we're speaking this living word by the way of the Spirit. Oh, it's so offensive to you. It's so offensive to the Gentiles to hear how they were not the pinnacle of civilization, how they came and they destroyed great civilization, who we were before they invaded. And shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets have risen already, and have already deceived many. And this is why many people are offended at the truth being spoken these days. This is why they separate themselves from me, the people in the Hebrew community, my brethren, the elders. I've been excommunicated. That's a form of betrayal, leaving me alone. I was told that I had family. I was told that I had my brothers. But where have they been? All while I have been hurting, having to stand alone, just me and the Father, the righteous spirits, because I had no one in the physical to call upon, to talk to. I had literally been abandoned. So that is a form of betrayal. All because I'm choosing to be obedient to my Maker. They all felt some type of way. They all were offended by the things that I was instructed to speak. This is because of the false prophets that have already went forth and deceived the people. They're stuck in their dogmatic belief systems in which they have been taught by the false prophets. They refuse to humble themselves like little children and let go of what it was that they have been taught. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. So iniquity has been allowed by the Great Spirit to abound all of this time, during the times of the Gentiles. Therefore all creation groans and suffers, because the love of many has waxed cold. There's no love. There's no compassion. There's no mercy. There's no empathy. It's all about the love of money. It's all about selfishness and greed. Lucifer's plan. But you think you're righteous. You think you are a responsible adult because you work your jobs and you save your money. But he told you, what good is all of your riches and your saving gonna get you? Because all them things is gonna pass away. No, that is wisdom of Solomon. Why aren't y'all bringing it up? Why y'all hiding it? See, I already knew where it was at. I was just testing them. they clearly hiding it. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. What good is your riches? What is your pride profited you? In your ego. You're puffed up in your pride and your arrogance. What has your pride profited you? Or what good has your riches, with all of your saving, brought you? All those things are passed away like a shadow, and as a post that hasteth by. Enoch chapter 96. Woe unto you sinners, who in the midst of the sea and on dry land are those against whom an evil record exists. Woe to you who squander silver and gold not obtained in righteousness, and say, we are rich, we possess wealth, and have acquired everything which we can desire. Now then, we will do whatsoever we are disposed to do, for we have amassed silver, our barns are full, and the husbandmen of our families are like overflowing water. Just like water shall your false reality pass away. Just like water shall your falsehood pass away. For your wealth will not be permanent, but shall suddenly ascend from you, because you have obtained it all in iniquitously. To extreme malediction shall you be delivered up. Apocalypse, come on, P-O-C-A-L, there it is. Now, because whatever is now is nothing, but that which shall be is very great. For everything that is corruptible shall pass away, and everything that dieth shall depart, and all the present time shall be forgotten. Nor shall there be any remembrance of the present time, which is defiled with evils. For that which runneth now runneth into vanity, and that which prospereth shall quickly fall and be humiliated. Proverbs 11:28. He that trusts in wealth shall fall, but he that helps righteous men shall rise. So it would be wise of you to use your prosperity, use your wealth for righteousness' sake. The righteous shall flourish like the palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Let's see how tall them cedar trees are over in the Middle East. A 120 feet. 300 to 350 feet. Okay, so I'll rest my case. All right. Why would it say the righteous shall flourish like the palm tree? He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Just 120 feet or 300 to 350 feet. The tallest trees in the world. It can get up to heights of 375 feet. Okay? These are the tallest trees in the world. Alright? So, this is true Lebanon. Alright? True Lebanon. Alright? Giant sequoias and redwoods. Okay? Those are the cedars of Lebanon. Okay? I'm sorry that you have readily accepted the reality that we have all been presented, but I'm explaining to you that we've been lied to about everything. Therefore, you gotta humble yourself like a child and unlearn the wisdom of this world and relearn via the spirit of truth. Okay? Riches will not profit you in a day of wrath, but righteousness delivers from death. So if you so happen to be prosperous in this world and you come across this channel, I suggest you take heed. That's the Most High leading you. You will want to do righteousness with your abundance. You will want to become a righteous elm for his vine. His vine is like a tree planted by rivers of water that bringeth forth our fruit in our season, and our leaf shall not wither, and whatsoever we do shall prosper, because we're doing it in righteousness, for the glory of the Most High, not for selfish gain. Your riches is not going to profit you when this judgment come upon you. But if you choose to do righteousness, that can deliver you from death. But if you choose to blow this off and you put your trust in your riches, you call yourself getting a bunker and all of these things. You think you gonna hunker down. You think you stocking up. You're prepping and all of these things. You putting your trust and faith in your riches and your materialistic things. You will fall. But the righteous is gonna flourish like a leaf that will never wither. Okay? We're going to be taken care of. We're going to be provided for. But you wicked is about to be dealt with. You about to pass away. Okay? And you're going to be humiliated. Alright? Because your wealth, your riches was gotten in great wickedness. It was not gotten in righteousness. Okay? Now, verse 10. And in that day Satan shall be the God in whom they trust. Is written on your money, in God we trust. And Satan shall convince the world that he is not the devil, but that he is the God of the world. And he is the God of this false ass reality, but he ain't the God of the earth. He's the God of this false ass reality, this world. Okay? And he shall also convince them that the Lord is not the Christ, but that the Lord is the devil. So that's why you calling good evil and evil good. Okay? You think it's an evil thing to turn the other cheek. You think I'm evil for speaking out against fighting back. I don't advocate fighting back. I'm a pacifist. Okay? I trust in the Great Spirit in all things, in every aspect of my life. Okay? I don't defend my own life. Alright? He who loses his life for my name's sake shall gain it. Okay? All these scriptures are lining up in one accord, in unison. Alright? You cannot defeat evil with evil. Okay? It's an impossibility. So, you got to stop calling good evil and evil good, and putting light for darkness and darkness for light, and sweet for bitter and bitter for sweet. Time's up for this illusion. Okay? I'm here to help you see crystal clearly. Alright? For they shall change the words of the Messiah and misinterpret them, and begin to live their lives according to the commandments which they shall receive from their God, who is Lucifer. And by the words of the Messiah they shall not abide. And any who do abide by the words of the Messiah shall be mocked and persecuted and judged, that these works of the Messiah, which we do, are the works of the devil. The true Christ being the devil unto the world, according to the convincing power that Satan has over them. Okay? So those of us who are truly righteous upon the earth, we're demonized by those who portray themselves to be righteous. Alright? And the more righteous that they portray themselves to be on surface level, superficially, alright, the more they detest us and the more they persecute us, the real ones. Now, verse 12. And I have already explained unto you the meaning of the mark of the beast and the number of his name. And these things pertain to gold and silver, which is the money and the possessions of those who dwell upon the earth. And it shall come to pass that all the nations of the earth shall be in pursuit of money and lands and the fine things of the world. And in their desire for these things, they shall separate themselves into these great nations that shall make war one with another, and cause that many of the inhabitants of the earth shall perish in the wickedness of their hearts. I really hope that you people are beginning to see. I keep showing you all these receipts. Okay? Now, I've been given spiritual gifts to freely give unto you. And I have been having to endure being debased and treated as a thing of naught. But yet I'm still here, freely giving. What should men renounce? This is from the Pistis Sophia Unveiled. Say unto them, renounce cursing, that you may be worthy of the mysteries of the light, and be saved from the fire seas of the dragon-faced ones. Say unto them, renounce thieving, that you may be worthy of the mysteries of the light, and be saved from the bubbling seas of the dragon-faced ones. Say unto them, renounce robbery, that you may be worthy of the mysteries of the light, and be saved from Yaldabaoth. Say unto them, renounce slandering, that you may be worthy of the mysteries of the light, and be saved from the fire rivers of the lion-faced one. Say unto them, renounce fighting and strife, that you may be worthy of the mysteries of the light, and be saved from the seething rivers of Yaldabaoth. Say unto them, renounce all unknowing, that you may be worthy of the mysteries of the light, and be saved from the servitors of Yaldabaoth and the fire seas. Say unto them, renounce evil doing, that you may be worthy of the mysteries of the light, and be saved from all the demons of Yaldabaoth and all his judgments. Say unto them, renounce sloth, that you may be worthy of the mysteries of the light, and be saved from the seething pitch seas of Yaldabaoth. Say unto them, renounce idolatry and all sexual immorality, that you may be worthy of the mysteries of the light kingdom, and be saved from the sulfur and the pitch seas of the lion-faced one. Say unto them, renounce murder and all bloodshed, that you may be worthy of the mysteries of the light, and be saved from the crocodile-faced ruler, this one who rules, this one who is in the code, is the first chamber of the outer darkness. That's your reptilians. The crocodile-faced ruler, this one who is in the code, is the first chamber of the outer darkness. You don't want to be left to be ruled by these hideous creatures. Okay? But that's what's coming for the wicked. Alright? I'm here to help you people. I'm freely giving to you what I've been given. Okay? Let me check my time. Alright, I'm a little over 2 hours. So what I'm going to do is stop it here, and I'll bring it back up. Alright? Because I'm not trying to get to 3 hours, and I don't want to be rushed. Alright? So I shall be right back, people. Shalom.